Welcome to Kitch at Home. Boy, time travel's a wonderful thing. Okay, guess that's about all I have to say about that. And there is no better way to travel through history than through food. Think with me now. Take the 1970s, for example. Several main recipes made up that decade. Pineapple chicken, carrot cake, pasta primavera, stuffed vegetables and meat, salad bars, crepes, Watergate salad. That is really a thing. And of course, my favorite, hamburger helper. Of course, if you lived in England in early 1972, you'd be eating all of these dishes in the dark, thanks to the miners' strike. But that's okay. Our three lads have been projected into the future to cook a nice French meal in exchange for a room upstairs. And no, not of my house.
I
can't believe this happened again. I know, but we got nowhere else to live. Oh, it's because we're always on bloody tour, isn't it? I don't know about you two, but I'm getting bloody tired of living out of my suitcase. Well, no one's asking you to come along. Come on, you two, you don't want to start World War III again like you did in the 80s. You screw up one decade and you're marked for life. Yeah, but let's not forget, Ronnie was the one who came to our rescue. Thanks, Mick. That was nice of you. Yeah, well, don't get used to it. So how do we start here? Should we start with the dessert so it can bake while we're doing the dinner? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Because that was way too planned out. Almost like you'd done it before. Well, there's no crime in cooking. Yeah, well, just don't ask our teacher. Well, I'm lost already. Why? What does it say? No, I don't even know how to start. Should we do the dessert first? No, wait a minute. I thought he said that each one of us should be in charge of a course. Yeah, but these aren't courses. It's one meal and a dessert. Alright, say with me. You got your chicken bit, your leek, nosh bit, and your creme brulee. Oh, that's three. Well, someone got a new abacus. Alright, but who's in charge of what? I think we all know who's in charge here. You've got glitter on your face. I do not. Yeah, Mick, you do. It's just there, left over. Oh, well, whatever. I'll be doing the main course. Oh no, I think he had a strict no glitter in the kitchen policy. He just seems like that type of bloke. No, Mick, you can do the chicken. I'll do the dessert. Alright, what am I left with? Oh man, I hate vegetables. The leek is not a vegetable, genius, it's a legume. A legume to you. Alright, well, I'll get started here with the main course. You folks want to help me get started on this? That's sort of like what you said to me over 20 years ago. Something about starting a rock band together, getting away from it all, and yet, we're standing here in the kitchen, and I have something called a food processor in my hand. Well, process this! Ah, don't throw things, please. This is a very nice kitchen. Ronnie, will you go start your dessert and stay out of this? What are you doing in my space? I don't know. Well, what do you need? I need the measuring spoons. God, you're such a bother here. What if I need the measuring spoons? You're making chicken, mate. You're not going to need the bloody measuring spoons. Unless you dice the chicken. Are you dicing it? No, I haven't even looked yet. Let's see. No, look at this. 1 3/4 cup. See, I need it already. For what? Brussels sprouts. Stems and cores removed. What? I hate vegetables. Yeah, but I need it for cream. Well, what kind? Light cream. Or half and half. Oh, and heavy cream. Or whipping cream. You just needlessly listed 4 types of cream. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you and give you the measuring spoons? I don't think so. You're on your own. I don't know how much a cup of every... Eyeball it. Keith, what are you doing? I'm whisking about 5 egg yolks at once. You want to make something out of it? No, I mean, what's this in your mouth? God, you're getting ashes all everywhere. Why don't you just put out your cigarette and the creme brulee? It ain't made yet. Well, stop using the mixing bowl as an ashtray and give me that. I can't cook without a ciggy. I can't do anything without a ciggy, you know that. Yeah, all too well. You're just gonna have to fly it solo. Here, Ronnie, throw this out. Ooh, throw it out. God, no smoking in the kitchen. If he doesn't find out how to adjust that gas burner, we're gonna have lots of smoking in the kitchen. I heard that. Ah, come on, Mick. Ronnie didn't mean it. I meant to relay it to you later, though. Ha ha ha. Come on now, we only have 40 minutes. Thank you, Father Time. Just like that last gig. In Ronnie's defence, you were about 20 minutes late. I told you I was changing my pants and my jacket. Had you just changed your jacket like we suggested, maybe the crowd wouldn't have had time to surf off the stage. That was my very best guitar. I still don't know who nicked it. Beats me. Alright, let's see here. Brussels sprouts are chopped. Alright, I need walnuts and lemon juice and olive oil, extra virgin. Oh, here you go. Oh, no, I need extra virgin. Ah, hey Ronnie, Mick needs it. Hey. Tenderloins removed, breast butterflied. Does anyone know how to butterfly a breast? No, but I know how to... I'll just be taking the butcher knife. You're lucky he's taking it to the chicken. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Keith, what are you doing? I'm putting pepper in my recipe. Do you mind? Why are you cutting it? How do you cut pepper? It's easy when it comes whole. No, those are pepper kernels. You move over. You grind them, see? Like that. Don't you remember? Remember what? Say win? Oh, Mick, he doesn't remember. He wasn't in that SNL sketch with me. Oh, right. Still, I'll never forget it. Bill Murray putting pepper on your hamburger and saying say win, and you kept saying win, and then you turned it around because, like, you know, he said okay, and you said no to get him to go, oh, yeah, oh, right, and then that was about it. You had a very small part in that, opposed to me, who had absolutely no part. Hey, you could have gotten a part if you wanted to. What was I supposed to play the part of? Your insanely loud t-shirt? Just give me the whisk. Can I borrow that? No, I 5 eggs speed, I really need it. I'm happy for you. No, really, I got it, that's the first thing, it's mostly eggs. No, of course you can have it. It's not like I'm trying to whip 2 egg yolks over here and 4 egg whites over there. Would you like me to whip them for you? No, just tell me when you're done with the whisk. Okay, I won't be a minute. And a half. Right, to make the crust. Oh, God, there's a crust. This is going to take forever. I don't need a crust. I don't need a crust. I'm putting it in a pie plate anyway. Yeah, I don't need that. Are you skipping steps over there? Are you micromanaging something that's none of your business? Fair enough. Hey guys, I just had a terrible thought. Do share. Yeah, you always do. What are we going to preheat the oven to? Whatever the recipe says. Yeah, there are 3 recipes. Now who left their abacus at home? Don't ever do that again. Oh, threats in the kitchen. Who do you think you are, Michael Caine from the improvised file? Oh, I like that picture. You got to stop going to the picture shows, Ronnie. You got to get out and experience real life more. You know, hey, that was years and years ago when I still had a life and went to the picture show. Oh, you're going to be 12 all your life. Now, what should we preheat the oven to? I've got it. Let's compare notes. Oh, no. I know that didn't work out the last 50,000 times in the studio, but maybe we've grown up a little bit, and here in the kitchen, we can manage it. All right, but as long as you guys promise that I won't have to send you in the kitchen to make your recipes and shifts, just like working on a dirty work album. That was dirty work. Yes, and foul play. What are you going to do, Bug? Slap me across the face with one of your white gloves? Fellas, the oven? What's your rush, Ronnie? Mix already preheated to about 495. Where'd you get that cigarette from? You're chopping ashes again. You're going to light the whole place on fire. Yeah, season your chicken with it. Give it a chance at flavour. You know, of course, sir, that this means war. Can we just preheat the oven? Fine, I'll do it. What's your recipe say? 350. Keith? 375. Alright, mine's 325. Those are all completely different cooking times. Wow, Keith, when did you figure that out? And get your elbow out of the flour. Oh, was that my elbow? I don't see why we're arguing about this. Why don't we just split the cooking time in half? Alright, fine. And tell me, Keith, what exactly is half of 375, 350 and 325? None of my concern. You are outraging. No, you are. I'm just standing here quietly enjoying a cigarette. Put that thing out! Guys, not my whipped cream. I just finished beating that. How about we draw lots? See who gets the oven set to their temperature. Thank you, Julia Child. We'll just compromise. Ronnie, I know you're just trying to help. You always are. And we're sorry for yelling at you for it. But right now, I'm sure you realise somewhere up here that there is no compromise of a physical oven temperature. Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to cook mine in the backyard. Why don't we just put in the bacon meat pie in first, and then the chicken stuff with Brussels sprouts and walnuts? Oh, right, I forgot walnuts. And I'll put in my dessert last, because it's the lowest temp. We'll just let the oven drop. That's brilliant. Good job, Ron. Well, you know. All right, everyone. Cook. This makes no sense. This makes less than no sense. What's pecorino? What? It comes in slices. This makes no sense. What are you griping about? Read this. Layer 2 to 3 slices of pecorino, whatever that is, and it's not in the recipe, so I couldn't possibly know what it is or how much of it to put in. And then you set it aside and it doesn't say later when to put it back in. It's like the invisible ingredient. They're just making stuff up. Like Ronnie and his fictitious band names. Yeah. But Stammering Alec in the cufflinks was pretty funny. Or was that your brother that made that up? No, he had a few too, but that was mine. I thought so. It's just sick enough. Ah, that was from back in the day. Back when you were accepting jewellery from someone who should remain nameless. Yeah, it was you, wasn't it, Keith? You know full well it was Keith Moon from The Who. From the what? The Who. No, but what's his name? He was from The Who. Well, tell me. That was that one time, you guys. Several times. I couldn't say no. Yeah, well, I'm glad you started sometime. Otherwise, you'd be standing in here with a little frilly apron on. I'll rest my case. It's the only one he had left. Oh, yeah, refined psychiatrist like that. Always keeps an extra frilly apron. It's for lady guests. Keith, bite your tongue. Here, taste this. Ah, God, that's terrible. That's the egg whites. My egg whites. You idiot. You were supposed to taste from this bowl. Oh, now I can't even taste things properly. You said it. I didn't say that. Keith, will you not stand behind me? I'm trying to think here. Just with lemon juice, olive oil, season. Keith, really, I'm trying to move here. And the butterfly chicken pieces cut side up, slides facing you on a clean work surface. Well, that'll have to be another day. Place 2 tablespoons of cheese on top. What cheese? Oh, that's what it was. Keith, will you stop breathing down my neck? I thought you'd be used to it by now, seeing as I'm always standing behind you. My God, let it go, man. I told you I went over to Ronnie because he was closer. Yeah, but you didn't have to take the microphone with you, mate. That was cold. I'll tell you what's cold. The pots and pans here. Please don't burst into song. No plans. All right, then. Let's just pull in the circus tents and we can go home early. No, we're finishing the tour. You know, if you have to threaten your bandmates with a tour, that's not much incentive for the rest of us. Look at poor Ronnie over there, desperately trying to whip his whipped cream again. Hey, Ronnie, what are you getting all whipped up about? That's not funny, you guys. It wasn't funny 20 minutes ago, and it's not funny now. No, it's funny. It's funny. So what do we decide to preheat the oven to? Because my chicken's ready. Oh, you added the lemon juice. Oh, ha. I'm going to win. This isn't Bobby Flay. He didn't do competition shows. No, and it certainly isn't going to be 30-minute meals. Hey, I just got a new name for our next album. What? I really don't want to do this anymore. No, wise guy. Well, I didn't like dirty work. I can see that. You haven't lifted a finger. Oh, you're going to grease your pie pan? No, I'm not using a cruffle, so you thought you'd just open the door and pour it in the oven. I'm smarter than that. Prove it. Later. Oh, great. Another battle of the wits. You should talk. Well, I thought I just did. You know, unchaining him from the back of the van is certainly getting his ego riled. That chicken looks great. Tastes awful. You ate my egg whites. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot. What about you? Did you get your whipped cream whipped again? It was heavy cream and, yes, with a little help from sugar. New girlfriend? Well, I think our dishes look nice. Deflection. Either that or he's humouring us. Get the catcher's mitt, boys. It's going over his head. Yeah, but just as long as it doesn't end up in the bacon and meat pie. Good one, Ronnie. I'll do what I can. Right, open the oven up. Can I have the oven mitts, please? Of course, Air Doctor. Thank you. Well, can I have the other one? This is kind of hot. Can I have the other one? Somebody. Woohoo. Guys. Ah, sorry. What is it you want? The oven mitt. This is really hot. Oh, here you go. Thank you. Ah, that's even worse. What did you do? Oh, I might have picked it up from a puddle. Of water? I should cool it down. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's a pretty nasty burn. Well, we have about 35 minutes to let it heal, so. And how are we doing in here? What, you couldn't hear us down the hole? Actually, I was being polite. Besides, it is impolite to pry into the chef's particular cooking methods. Yeah, that's why we didn't open the freezer downstairs. Is it ready? Oh, yeah, we took it out there already. It's all on the table. Thank you very much. I'm sure my guest and I will enjoy. I hope you have a good night's rest. Yeah, let's just hope he won't be enjoying the guest. Well, I'm just gonna say, he gives me the creeps. Yeah, but he's really refined, though. Alright, he gives me the very refined creeps. Oh, that's it. I can't take this anymore. Next time we're staying at a motel.
Well, I hope that episode could tide you over. Until next time, this has been Kitch at Home. Bye!
Wow, this looks excellent. Why, thank you, Dr. House. Oh, look, you even folded the napkins in that cute little way. When partaking in a French meal, it is absolutely necessary. Is this subtly obtrusive music also necessary? Of course. Cheers. Well, that was a disappointing toast, Dr. Lecter. I thought you, of all people, would make good use of skull. You are most amusing. Well, I do aim to amuse. When you say amuse, you mean, of course, making everyone around you wish they were not. Potato, potato. I find a huge variety in between the most common distinctions. That's just one of those things that sounds clever on the surface, isn't it? And then you realize it must be particularly unclever, just by law of averages, and then 30 to 40 years from now, when you're sitting on your back porch, rocking in a chair, nearly missing the tail of your crippled dog named Blue, you find yourself saying, actually, that made a lot of sense, but I no longer care. You must be very easy to live with. No, I actually can't stand myself. Speaking of addictions, how are your new cooks working out? Don't worry, by the end of the day they will be seeking your care. Voluntarily? We'll see.